Hello and welcome to another episode of Lost in the Dark podcast. We are back in the crypt. And I say we. Because Aaron's here with me.
Uh-oh.
He's back!
Trouble is here.
Trouble is fucking definitely here after weeks. You haven't been here for weeks. But we're back now, and that's all that matters. Start the show off with a little hit and a fucking shot of the drink of the gods themselves. I just said, if Jägermeister's slogan, I've only had one shot so far, I swear to God, people. Jägermeister's slogan should fucking be, taste the gods, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It is the drink of the gods. It is the drink of Odin. We're actually going to have to do two shots right now, actually. This first one is to your birthday. Happy fucking birthday, Aaron. How old are you now?
25.
25.
Quarter of a century.
Quarter of a century. Here's to that, motherfuckers. Oh, my God. Delicious. When did you turn 25? It's like last Monday or something? Tuesday?
Yeah, May 6th.
May 6th. Hell yeah. You're 25. So that gives our listeners an idea. I don't think they know that much. Like, I honestly don't remember what we've actually revealed on this podcast. So that, I'm 29. Preston's 29. You're 25. Jordan's 29.
Oh, shit.
And I need to get, I'm still trying to get, there's actually a couple people that are, I need to get on here, like Josh. But he's in his, I think he's 38, and I actually have a buddy that hit me up, an old friend from college. Pretty much the only other metalhead I met going to Michigan State University, and he runs the Varge for President group on. Are you in that?
I've heard of it though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's a pretty big metal group. I like it a lot. He's one of the administrators, and he invited me in once. And he actually wants to come on and talk about that recent news about Rockstar Mayhem Fest.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. How made they made that post about, hey, you guys want to see this come back? And we're like, duh.
Yeah.
Duh. Because nothing ever took your place. You probably left thinking something else will come up.
Yeah.
Nothing came up.
Nothing really.
Nothing came up. So we're still festival-less.
I mean, it has only been like 2 years.
2 years, but still, like, that's 2 years with absolutely no, not only has nothing come up, but nothing's even been like murmured.
No.
Nothing, there's no rumors. There's nothing. There's no one is trying to do a metal festival on that scale, touring at the moment at all. Like, I'll hats off, definitely hats off to Slayer for their incredible the bill.
Oh, yeah.
Same with Hatebreed, with the 25-year anniversary tour, and definitely the same, even though it's not coming to fucking Michigan, the Amon Amarth, and one that is coming to Michigan. The Amon Amarth tour is an incredible bill, but the Not Fest Road Show.
I was about to say that.
I mean, that's as close as we're getting probably, but that's still only 4 bands, 1 stage.
Yeah.
Festivals are supposed to have 2 stages minimum. 2 stages minimum.
Yeah.
3 if you want to get wild.
Yeah.
2 minimum.
Man, I don't know. I miss the parking lot stages.
Yes. See,
that's where.
For those of you that don't know, we are up here in Michigan, and the place that has festivals is Pine Knob, DT Energy Music Theater, formerly known as Pine Knob. And it's a hill. It's a hill pavilion setup. Everybody knows the hill pavilion setup. But when there's a big festival like an Ozfest or a Mayhem Fest, they do 1 or 2 stages in the front parking lot right outside the main gates. So it actually alters where the main gate actually is and turns the entire front area into, part of the festival. There's booths. That's where some of the bands do signings throughout the day. And there's 2 stages over there where they can play for Ozfest. There's 1 stage. And yeah, those are where the action is. That's where the action is during the festivals. Like that, those parking lot stages is where the best shit goes down. And I haven't 2013, 14, 15. I haven't been in one since then, easily.
Yeah.
At least.
There's a weird, like, I don't know if nostalgia is the word, but there's a weird.
Oh, huge nostalgia for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because that's the thing, is the first time I ever experienced that was Ozfest 07. And it would on that parking lot stage that day. I saw Devil Driver, Behemoth, and Hatebreed, and Hatebreed was the headliner of the second stage, and there were only 2 stages. So you know how Mayhem's normally set up, where the 2 stages are standing next to each other, and it's the long parking lot all the way.
Yeah.
For Ozfest, it was 1 stage at the end of the long part. So the entire long parking lot was the crowd, and there were like 5 different pits, and they all came together at one point. Dude,
wow.
It was the most, like, in terms of shows that have pits and stuff like that, because some shows don't. Like, if you're in front row in Iron Maiden and in general admission, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you don't have physical control over your body because of how tightly packed in you are, but there's no pit going on.
Yeah.
In terms of places with pits, that was probably the craziest one I've ever seen. Like, it was definitely probably the biggest I've ever been a part of. Like, sheer size, like, was insane. Like, the entire parking lot was a pit. There was nowhere you could go and not be in a pit. It was fucking chaos.
I always, when you were talking about that, I always think of that Jim Brewer. He's got a joke about that. He's talking about seeing like Iron Maiden or something. They're like, I don't know, some band. I don't know if when he's talking about like being up front or like in the pit or whatever, and then not being able to like move. You're like, oh, we're going this way.
Yep.
We're gonna stare at this guy for. We're going. Like,
yep.
We're gonna stare at this guy.
He did that so perfect. If anyone wants to know what it's like, watch that, because that is exactly what it's like. 100%.
I just went back and listened to his Slayer. My Slayer fans are like the best. Yeah.
Slayer. Yeah, dude. That is one of the funniest bits. You know, in the weird part, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Maybe it's just because it's weird to mix stand-up comedy and heavy metal, but I don't understand. Like, a lot of people are giving him shit for opening for Metallica, and I'm like, I would love that.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be amazing. Like, if he just did that Slayer bit before Metallica, that'd be perfect. Like, perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to see it.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too. I saw some different comments about it.
Full disclosure, I would just like to see him without Metallica.
Yeah, well, that too, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, the first 4 Metallica albums are, like, Master of Puppets is one of my all-time favorite albums, but since And Justice for All, I mean, I don't even like the Black Album. Put it that way.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not a big fan of it.
No.
Mostly because it's been like
played to death.
Yeah.
Played to death.
Over the radio and stuff.
Yeah.
And
played to death.
I like it, and I kind of hate to say it because, I mean, you know, obviously, like, with the show coming out, but, like, I've heard Rain and Blood so many times that, like, I don't want to hear that song ever again.
See, I actually haven't. That song has not been overplayed for me, so
yeah.
I still love it.
Well, it's been more, like, memed and, like, parodied.
Yeah, sure.
Between that and, like, Enter Sandman.
But, yeah, it's not, you know, like, Enter Sandman's on the radio 500 times a day, every day throughout the country.
Yeah.
So, Rain and Blood is not, it's on, like, XM. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I just, like, it was on Guitar Hero for a minute. And,
see,
like,
I never really got that into Guitar Hero.
Oh, well,
so a lot of those songs, when Guitar Hero came out, I was pissed off. Because I was like, y'all are just now listening to Symphony of Destruction? Y'all, how have you never heard Through the Fire and the Flames before? How have you never heard this before? Guitar Hero.
Oh, that took off. That was crazy.
Dude, yeah, there were a lot of, like, I had already been listening to metal for a minute and into the older stuff that Guitar Hero was pulling from when Guitar Hero came out. So I was like, these motherfuckers. But no, now I'm like, oh, now I'm able to look back and go, oh, it was a bridge. That was a bridge for a lot of people.
Pretty much.
To hear Symphony of Destruction and go, oh, Megadeth is sweet. Yeah. Fuck, yes, they are. For sure. How did we get on that topic? God damn it. We just went off.
I don't know what you're talking about. Talking about Jim Brewer.
Oh, the shows, the festivals. Yeah. There we go.
That's right.
I'd like to see. Oh, well, and that's the thing is, I used to have a silver Sony Walkman CD player with the street style behind the head headphones, and it was my Bible. Okay, and I played Master of Puppets on that thing so many times the laser burned scratches into the disc and I couldn't listen to it anymore.
Yeah, I have a few of those. Like,
I love that album so much, and Kill 'Em All, and Ride the Lightning. And Justice for All is still good, but not as good. I don't like it as much as the first 3. but I became disillusioned with Metallica in the early days of YouTube. When YouTube first came around, and me and Preston discovered YouTube because we loved Metal Mania on VH1 Classic at 4 a.m. showing all the metal videos. So we would go on YouTube and search metal videos. And we would find live performances. And we would watch some, like, at that, like, 2005, at that point in time, current live performances of Metallica. And when they would play our favorite songs, like Master of Puppets, we would sit there and watch it and go, they don't look like they want to be playing this. Like, they didn't look into it at all. And we were like, if we were there, we'd be kind of bummed. You know what I mean? So, like,
yeah.
But years and years, actually, just last year, when I finally sat down and watched Saint Anger, when I was on a huge heavy metal documentary kick, I was like, I remembered, because we had, that was after we saw the Slayer show at Van Andel in Grand Rapids last year. And I was like, I saw that Metallica is coming to Van Andel. I wonder how much fucking tickets are. Maybe I will go check out Metallica after all these years. And it was sold out.
Yeah.
Months and months and months in advance. Like, I'm talking like 5 months in advance.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh my God, that's sold out.
I think it sold out before I even found out that it was a thing.
Yeah,
I
Jesus
remember,
Christ.
I remember asking him, I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Like, how much? You're like, oh, well, you can't. Like, it's like, well, shit.
And literally,
never mind.
The Slayer show was so damn good. I was like, actually seeing Metallica here would be sweet, because the venue was fantastic, the Van Andel Arena. But yeah, so I even thought about going to see him. And so, if I'm ever able to get a ticket to a show, I'm not paying an exorbitant price or anything, but if I'm ever able to find like a decent ticket for $60 somewhere down the line, why the fuck not? They are still the guys that wrote those songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm changing my opinion right now live on the podcast. I'm changing an opinion I've had for many years of I just don't really want to see Metallica. Oh. But especially then too, like when they were on the Death Magnetic tour and they had Lamb of God opening for them, and obviously huge Lamb of God fan. And I was reading reviews of the show they played in Detroit at the Joe Louis Arena, and I read more than one review that said, I've been listening to Metallica since they first started, and I've never heard of Lamb of God before I saw them tonight, and they were as good, if not better, than Metallica.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, like,
yeah.
What the fuck? So, yeah, it's... I had become disillusioned with them quickly, early on, when I started listening to metal, and that's why I've never gotten around to seeing them.
Did you ever see Through the Never?
No.
That's
wait.
That's like the
Oh no, I haven't. No, I haven't. But when you watch what's the name of the documentary? The one I did watch?
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Well, it's Some Kind of Monster.
Some Kind of Monster. Did I say Saint Anger earlier? Yeah.
They're together. So
right?
now,
yeah.
So.
But when I finally watched, if you watch, I don't know if it's still on there, but if you watch Some Kind of Monster on Netflix, it has 2 episodes. The first one's the movie, and the second one is actually something that they filmed during the release of Through the Never, and while that was coming out and about that. So I have not seen Through the Never, but I saw that tag for it.
I mean,
on Netflix.
I liked how it was all put together, because it was one
like
big
a movie.
Yeah, kind of. It's I don't know. It's
like a movie and a live performance.
Yeah, like it starts off. Oh, I don't know. It's been. I think I saw it when it first came out, so it's been a minute. I think it's been
literally
out for a few
went
years.
to theaters.
Yeah,
like literally, I remember it being at the local movie theater.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It kind of starts off, as one thing, as like like a regular concert DVD, and then it kind of spawns into this like the story of this kid. I don't know. He's I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I kind of remember like it's like
but
what it is? It's a live concert music video.
Yeah, because each of the songs that they're playing through it kind of like follows what's happening to the it's like the main character and stuff.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool how it all kind of came together and stuff. It's kind of different.
I actually dig the idea.
Yeah,
like I think it's a really cool idea. I absolutely have nothing against finding ways to I think that's art.
Yeah.
That's art to me. I have nothing against finding ways to artistically deliver the music in different ways.
Yeah.
Especially off of a live performance and stuff like that. I think I respect that idea a lot. I think that's a cool idea that they had for that, for sure. Cause you know, we're in a time now where heavy metal, according to I can't remember which streaming service it was, but according to one of the streaming services, it's the fastest growing music genre in the world right now.
Yeah,
I talked about it on one of the episodes. I can't remember which one, like 2 or 3 ago. But yeah, that's a real thing. And you know, so we have that. Okay, so there's clearly a gigantic underground movement happening in the heavy metal world right now. Like obviously, like it's there. The thing about it though is that we live in a time where all the bands that all the current bands idolized growing up, all the ones we were influenced by, fucking everyone from Iron Maiden to Metallica to Slayer to Twisted Sister, all of them, Cannibal Corpse even, they were able to. It was a different world. Like you were able to do things like it's crazy. Like what they actually did was they figured out a way to work the system in their favor in a lot of ways, using the resources that they had. Now we live in, and they had limited resources because they didn't have the internet. Now we live in a world with the internet where people can, I've spoken against this, but people argue that everything is oversaturated. Everything. And yes, you could make that argument, whatever. I don't buy into it because to me, oversaturation, especially in the heavy metal community, because it's always been neglected and small and put to the side. If you're telling me that it's anytime, you know, all right, I'm getting off on a tangent. Sorry. But my point was that we live in a time right now that you have to do something, like you don't get paid to play anymore. You don't get paid to play. A record deal isn't necessarily what's going to make you pop off. You don't even really need one anymore. Like the bands now have to be the producers, the marketers, the fucking record company. They have to do all the other legwork, the promotion. Like that all falls on the backs of the bands. Now of course it did before as well. Yeah. But here's the difference about now is the argument of oversaturation. But you know, so doing something different, coming at it from a different angle, doing something like a live performance mixed in with a little music video or something like that. Or, you know, like the Bandcamp and the Spotify, or not Spotify, the fucking, fuck Spotify, the fucking, the Patreon. Yeah. The things like that, these are avenues, you know what I mean? Or, fuck, didn't I send you something? There was some new service, like Bandcamp. Yeah. What was that? I talked about it on here. Yeah. I can't remember what it was called, but I was like, son of a bitch, that sounds fantastic. That's what is needed right now. Like I even made, because, okay, so me and Preston throughout our lives have always had these fantasies of like, what if we bought an old movie theater and like we still kept it as part of it as a movie theater, but just a few of the rooms are movie theaters still, and then we turn one room into a concert hall, and then we put a taco place in there, and then we just, at the end of the day, and then we put a record store in one of them. You know, at the end of the day, it just became like a mall of everything that we love. Yeah. And so just recently, we were fucking around looking at some fucking real estate listings, and we found this building, and we were like, dude, what if we opened a venue? And what if we created be the hub for mid-Michigan heavy metal? And And in one of the rooms upstairs or whatever, we have the studio for the Lost in the Dark podcast. And then we can, like, if they want to, we can do podcast episodes with the bands that come through and play, and we can create the music scene. No one's creating a fucking music scene anywhere that I know of. Maybe there's one happening that I just don't know about, which is totally 100% possible, like in a different city or whatever. But it's not happening in Lansing. It's not happening in Flint. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, like, I feel like it's, I don't know, speaking in terms of, like, it seems like there's a few, like, core bands that have always kind of stuck around the area in terms of, like, the heavier styles and stuff that have kind of, like, branched out a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it seems like there's, you know, every so often there's, like, you know, like 5 or 10 different ones that kind of, like, you know, show up and then kind of disappear, and, like, don't really, or, like, form into something else and then end up being, so, like, there's, I mean, I guess, like No Life or, like, Hearts has been around forever.
That was the example I had in my mind, too.
And, like, you know, there
used to be Wilson and Dagon.
Yeah. And they're still doing it, but I think it's more, like, on a bigger scale.
Exploding Zombies.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, man.
Out of all those bands we just named, they're probably my favorite.
Yeah.
They're actual death metal.
Yeah, they're cool. I like their whole get up, their whole aesthetic. I think it's cool. I think it's like chainsaw metal or something like that.
Right.
But yeah, in terms of, I mean,
you know, I'm not. You know what? Actually, there was I did get to see a small little scene in the like 2006 to 9, before Battlecross was invented. IDK had something going on out in Flint.
Yeah.
And they played, like, dude, I saw them play in a place that was literally like just a room. It was not a venue. There was no stage. Like, it was just a room in Flint, and, like, they had a thing going on for sure. Like, and I know for a fact Dahlia did. But when that was happening, it was just when I was like 12, 13 when that would have been happening. So I wasn't going to shows at that point in time. But
yeah. IDK. I feel like
Gumby was the singer.
Maybe that's not the band I'm thinking of then. I feel like there was, I don't know. But yeah, in any case, I remember.
There have been little blips on but you know what I mean? Like,
and who's, you know.
But those are bands. Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah. That's the difference from now to back in the 80s, late 70s, even early 90s. Those are bands. A lot of times it was, in the past, it was like venues that would create the scene, that would book the bands and create the local scenes and stuff like that. Our venues have never, at least in my time going to concerts in the last 15 years, haven't been able to really pull that off. So for whatever reason. So I don't know. It's a different time. It's a very different time, and you have to do, it's time to get creative is what it is. Sadly, bands, that's what I was saying to Preston. I was like, and I think I said it to you. I was like, if we opened a fucking venue and actually there's no pay to play, period. We pay bands to play. That's how this should fucking work to begin with. Yeah. Motherfuckers. Every fucking venue that makes a band pay to play, go fuck yourself. God damn it. Like, are you kidding me? What are you doing? And honestly, from listening to a lot of comedy podcasts and stuff, dude, and Jamie Joss's podcast, I'm really starting to think that the bullshit fees that we see on Ticketmaster are from the venues. I think I think a lot of shit, the venues don't pay anybody. I don't know, but I'm still trying to learn the business, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
well, my guess is like the majority of like ticket sales and stuff, depending on, you know, where they're coming from, like what service it is, and also like the size of the venue. I would guess most of it goes to them, and then like most bands only get, like, the money that they make is usually like, you know, like door cut or like merch sales and stuff.
And some venues even want a piece of that.
Yeah, well, yeah, percentage.
What?
Of that. Yeah.
What? Go fuck yourself. See, my theory is that a venue opens in Michigan where that doesn't happen, and all of a sudden all the bands are gonna want to play there, because they can. And if you're open, fucking 5 days a week, be closed Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
Be closed Monday and Tuesday, but be open Wednesday through Sunday. And book bands every single. So now all of a sudden you have local bands that could get paid anywhere maybe from $50 to $100 every night that they're playing, and they're playing 5 nights a week. That's how you get an audience. That's how you hone your craft.
Yeah, there really
in front of a live audience.
Other than like Max and stuff around here, like there isn't really.
And when are they open?
Like
I like Max.
Sure.
I like Max and I like the Loft.
Yeah.
I like them both, but they're not open enough, and they don't have enough shows like this. They don't have, they just don't. And I think that one opens that does, and it changes the game. All of a sudden, it creates a scene. I really think there's something to that. I wish I had the fucking capital to make this happen.
I think like the only other one I could think of is Music Factory. That's out in Battle Creek, I think.
They're doing good. You know, they're a lot. I think we're lucky. We have a lot of really great venues.
Yeah.
For being a Midwestern state, especially, we're real lucky in that sense. We have a lot of really great. Offhand, I can't think of a bad venue. I like all of our venues. I like the Music Factory, the Intersection, Van Andel, St. Andrews Hall, Harpo's. I used to, even the ones that aren't there anymore, Orbit Room, Clutch Cargos, Machine Shop, fucking worship them. I love the Machine Shop. I actually met half the staff at the Machine Shop last week, giving them Lost in the Dark stickers and stuff.
Oh,
yeah, like the late shout out to the lady that does the Machine Shop Instagram. If you don't follow Machine Shop on Instagram and you live in Michigan and you go to metal shows, fucking do that shit, because she does a great job with the Instagram, and it makes me feel like when I go there, I see people working that I fucking see you all the time on the inside. What's up, man? You know what I mean? And like, it just makes it all more open and a better overall environment, like a vibe. It creates a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
It really does. It works. And I love all of our venues. Shit. We're lucky in that sense. But none of them pay to play. God damn it. Fuck off. They're sweet though. They're sweet. All right. Well, that's our intro. So I actually poured another shot for another reason.
I was wondering.
We have to take the shot because today I had to lay to rest a dear friend, my car. By lay to rest, I mean take out the stereo system, my stereo system. And so now it is not only immobile, but voiceless. And, it's gone. It's gone. It's my wannabe Punisher van, even though it's not a van.
I mean, you know,
it kind of looks. It's like a wannabe crossover.
Yeah.
Saturn View. Had to put it to rest today, so we take a shot in honor of all of our fallen vehicles. For the miles, to all the concerts, and for all the albums listened to in. I had sex in that car.
Yeah.
Yep. A couple times. It's fantastic. It had a lot of room. But, yeah, man, fuck. Honestly, seriously, besides, like, the environmental hazards, why can't we give our cars a proper Viking funeral?
You know?
I'm putting that in my will. I need to write a will, because I'm getting a Viking funeral. I don't give a fuck. That is how I want. I want to be put on a wooden boat, pushed out into the water, and fiery arrows shot at the body.
watch too much Game of Thrones. Man.
I don't give. You know what? No, I listen to too much Amon Amarth.
That's fair.
That's what it is. I do watch a lot of I've seen all of Game of Thrones. But full disclosure, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna reserve my entire opinion until the season's over. But I've often.
I mean, I know I don't watch it because I'm too far gone with it and stuff. Like
you haven't seen it, any of it.
No, but I know what happens, and I know like.
Well, no, look, dude. Like that's not even. Game of Thrones is the only show, and I've said this. Game of Thrones is the only show I've ever watched where the first season is the worst, and every season literally gets better and better, and so much exponentially better each season.
Yeah.
So far, this is the first season that has not happened, and this is the last season.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of mixed stuff about it.
I have not enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Not very much at all, and I've been very disappointed. So that's a bummer.
It's been for the last like month. It's been nothing but Avengers and fucking Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Everywhere, and I'm like really into one of them, and the other one, it's like I feel like I'm like outside of like a party I never got invited to.
Well, yeah.
Everybody's talking about it and shit, and like I figured because like I was curious about it, and I started looking up like backstory and stuff about everything. So at least like I get what it's about, and like I know like where it's all kind of headed and stuff, and like what the significance of it is and stuff. Because I don't know, I wanted to like figure it out and stuff, and eventually I feel like I will go back and watch it because I've heard a lot of it's worth it and stuff.
Oh, it's worth it.
Yeah,
it's worth it for sure. Yeah, it really is. They have done things on that show that blew my mind for sure. That were unbelievably fantastic. So yeah, it's definitely worth going back and watching. If you're not on the Game of Thrones train yet, it's actually not like it's actually a smart move to just like wait for it all to end and then watch it all straight through. Like that's what I kind of wish I had done, to be honest. Like that's how I prefer it for sure. Because at the beginning of this season, like I was like, it's been like 2 years. Like I'm not even into this right now. Like I didn't even watch the first episode.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like I was like, I'm not feeling it. I just don't really care right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
were they filming it after like as it's been?
No.
I mean,
no. Like they literally like the last season ended 2 years ago. The show hasn't been on the air in 2 years. So, and it's just I don't know. It just got weird right there. So season 1 through 5, gold, solid gold. Season 6 to be determined.
Well, how many? There's like half the season left.
Yeah, there's only 3 episodes left. Yeah.
Okay. And aren't those the longest ones? Aren't they?
Yeah, they're a little bit longer than normal. Yeah, but still, in my opinion, not long enough.
No.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like to me, this season so far, we're just spinning wheels. Like, and there was a gigantic disappointment. I'm not going to get into specifics, but to me, that Battle of Winterfell was a gigantic disappointment. I was butt hurt by that one. I was like, "Are you serious?"
I heard a lot of people bitching about the brightness of it and like how like dark everything was and stuff.
Yeah. I was like, "What the." Okay, so the filmmakers are trying to portray what it would actually be like go fuck yourself. I don't give a fuck what it would be like in actual battle. I want to see the battle. I've been waiting how the fuck many years now to see this exact battle, and you're gonna make it dark and stupid? Jesus Christ. Not going to be able to tell what's going on to depict what it's actually like. God, go fuck yourself on that artsy shit. Just show me the fucking what I want to see. There's no fan service is what I'm mad about.
Aesthetic.
Yes. Yeah. You know, I was very disappointed with that one for sure. And yeah, there's a lot that I was disappointed by. I'm not going to sit here and spoil it all for you, but I will get into it once the whole season's over. So far, it could turn around. I still have hope. I'm not going to end this on a negative note. But yeah, but you haven't heard much of the new Amon Amarth yet.
Haven't. I've been like it's been one of them like times. I don't know. Like I've gone. Like I've been seeing like stuff come out and stuff, but I kind of like fell into the same rut as I did last year, where like so much is coming out at one time that like I kind of lose track of certain things, or like sometimes like I don't know. I just like haven't been in the mood to like listen to really heavy stuff lately. I don't know. It's weird.
And that leads us into where we're 35 minutes in, where we normally start now. What have you been listening to lately?
Yeah. Well, I mean, up until I actually pulled that up.
You sent me something last night.
Yeah.
Who was that? Carnage?
Well,
is that the name of the band?
They're called. Well, their
or is
name.
That the song?
Their name means court. Well, that's the album.
Oh, the album is Carnage. Okay.
Yeah, but I want to say they're called Lick, or it's L-I-K.
It's L-I-K. Yeah.
I mean, it means corpse in what is it, like Sweden, like Swedish?
Ooh.
Swedish for corpse.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, I don't know. I was on a huge like Swedish death metal kick last night.
Dude, I love Swedish.
There's something about like just the crunch of it and everything.
The crunch
like,
and the melody.
Yeah.
Like, they incorporate melody into it. I love that.
So that got me into a bunch of different stuff. I actually went back yesterday and listened to Anesthetic again, the Mark Morton.
It's a good album.
Yeah, like surprisingly.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, when I first heard it, I wasn't really too, like, I don't know, into it or whatever. Like, I don't know, I heard the first, I think, like, the song with Chester, and like, singles and stuff, and I was like, oh, it's pretty cool and stuff. But then I don't know, like, between that and, like, I think, like, Light the Torch was the other band I was listening to. That
with Howard.
led me to it, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I went back and listened to that, and there's a lot of really good songs in there I liked.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's more, like, straightforward, like, rock stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
it's not metal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it, I wouldn't call it a metal. There are metal songs on it, but I wouldn't call it a metal album.
Yeah. And then, God, what else? Let me see. A lot of, like, Signs of the Swarm, I think.
Hell yeah.
Vulvodynia put out a new song. It's called Mob Justice.
I saw that they put out a new one. I need to listen to it.
Dude,
Still, I haven't heard it yet.
It's so heavy.
Hell yeah.
Like, it's not, because they, like, especially on their last album, they really dove into the whole, like slam, like, gore, like, over the top, vulgarity and stuff. And with this one, it feels really, like, I don't know, more like just, I don't know, just more like heavy, I guess. Instead of like over the top, it's got more of like a groove to it, I guess. It's a little more like thick and stuff.
Hell yeah.
So you should probably listen to that one.
Well, I'm going to see him soon, so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I need tickets, bro.
Yeah. I do have those.
Let's talk about some Belgrade dates real quick. Belgrade's got some shows coming up with Vulvodynia, right? No.
Wormhole. Yeah.
That's right. Vulvodynia has toured with Wormhole.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the past. That's why I got it confused.
Yeah, that was the UK tour.
Yeah.
With them. I think they are. Yeah, they are coming to. I think they're doing. I'm not sure when it is, but I know that they are doing a tour in the States with a bunch of really good bands.
Yeah. I think I saw that, but that's not. When's are your dates? Both at the Sanctuary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. One's the Tech Trek.
Yup. I'm really excited about that one. I think that one's gonna be awesome. May 27th, which is Memorial Day, which I didn't realize.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Boreworm's return show.
Ooh. Boreworm.
I should know this. I'm sorry.
They're both at the Sanctuary. One's May, one's June.
Yeah.
I know that.
I want to say. Yeah, let me look it up real quick. Sorry, I suck.
Oh, you're all good. I'll take this time to pour up a couple shots of the blood of the gods. With Odin at our side. Odin's son. That fucking chorus of Crack the Sky off of the new Amon Berserker album is Thor, make your hammer fly. Make the lightning crack the blackhead sky. Are you kidding me? That is so fucking brutal.
So the tech truck is Archspire. I think it's
Archspire.
Yeah.
That's what it.
I want to say because I think they're doing their. They put out an album last year or 2 years ago. It's called Relentless Mutation. That they're doing all the way through.
That's a great album.
Yeah, right. If you have you listened to it?
I have not. I need to check out all these bands you're playing with. I haven't listened to any of them yet.
Them, it's them, Inferi or Inferi, I think.
Okay.
I don't really know how to. I'm sorry again. Verbum, Wormhole, and then Carnus Immortalis. And then let's see.
Which one is that?
That's the Monday, May 27th. So that's in like 2 weeks.
At the Sanctuary in Detroit.
Yeah. And then the other one is June 21st. It's the breathing process, boreworm, visceral secretion, Carnus Immortalis, and Grave Bloom.
Oh boy.
So
I don't know if you realize something. And when's that?
When did I say? June 21st.
Fantastic. I actually need to put that in my calendar. But I don't know if you realize. So 1 week from tomorrow, we have Slayer.
Yep. Which
That's
I
Sunday.
Yeah, which I didn't know about.
Yeah.
I thought it was like further off.
And you already have tickets to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I missed the first. I didn't even have a chance to buy the.
Well, most people didn't.
Yeah.
But
so as soon as I found out they were on sale, I was like, yeah.
And this lineup is so much better.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But do you also realize that the Friday following the Slayer show is Architects and Thy Art is Murder?
Is it?
Yep.
Dude, I've been.
Which is a Friday, and then your show is the following Monday.
See, I knew that.
Okay. Yeah. We got Architects and Thy Art and the Slayer show with Amon Amarth, Lamb of God, and Cannibal within 6 days of each other.
Dude, I'm gonna be so fired up for that.
Oh my God, dude, I'm real excited to see Thy Art.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Human Target.
Oh.
I don't think we've talked about that. But
no, we haven't.
That I'm really excited about that new album.
Yeah. I need to pre-order that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of waiting to see if they announce a pre-order on some other site with some signed shit, because I'm not into any of the packages right now, so I would just get the CD. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna pre-order that CD. Like
that, I heard that. I don't know, like the single and stuff, and then it was a few days, and then I saw the video, and I was like,
the video's good.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Like, what a fucking what a stamp! Like, what a what am I trying to say? Like, I don't know, like message, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, there's a heavy
tone.
Yeah.
And the album cover.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
It's fucking insane.
It was one of those that I had to look at for a minute to really figure out kind of what it was, but it's a big combine looking thing.
Totally different from anything else they've ever done in terms of an album cover.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Between that and the song, that's another thing I've been listening to a lot lately, is that song and the Death Perception that they put out.
What's that?
I think it was like a one-off. I don't know if it was like a single or if it was
song
an
that
EP.
came out like a few months ago.
Yeah. I don't know if it's gonna be on the album.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
I always thought,
they have.
They did come out with just a track.
There's a song title on there that kind of made me sort of shake my head, but sort of go all right, for the time being, I guess. But it's that Make America Hate Again.
Oh my God.
Something I was like, all right. Sure.
Yeah.
Why not? It's probably gonna be heavy as shit.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be like their Redneck or something.
Yeah. But yeah, man, Human Target is the name of the album.
Song.
Yeah. Well, the song and the album, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the name of the album, isn't it?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I also I was watching the video and I didn't realize that the old drummer from a band called Black Crown Initiate is now playing with Thy Art.
Oh.
And dude is really sick.
Oh yeah.
He's so
they got a new drummer too.
Yeah.
So did Amon Amarth. Huh. Interesting.
I actually had a chance to talk to him when they came through, and I think it was that Rivers of Nile. It was them, it was actually them, Boreworm, and Black Crown.
Hell yeah.
And so yeah, I was kind of he's pretty cool. Actually, I was talking about drum stuff and everything. So
hell yeah,
it was a while back, but yeah, dude, he's and I could tell too, especially because I don't know, because I think they've had the same drummer for the last couple of, I think for every album they've put out, except for maybe up to The Adversary.
Okay.
The very first full length and stuff, and you could kind of tell the feel of it, as far as the single goes, was a little bit different, and just some of the grooves and stuff were towards the end of it, were just sick.
Yeah. Yeah, I
like
it a lot.
There was a couple, and like I haven't done it in a while, but there's every so often like I'll hear a song or like I'll hear a part where like I'll like play it back and be like, "Whoa, what was that? That was sick!" Like that was one of those songs. I was like, "All right, this is gonna be exciting." Like,
yeah, I hope they fucking like play an extra track off the new album or something that we haven't heard yet.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Dude, that show, I'm so excited about that show.
It's gonna be good. It's at another great fucking venue, the Majestic.
Yeah,
Little tiny venue.
I've never been to.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
You and I saw Children of Bodom.
That's
2
right.
times
Yeah.
ago. Yep.
I know we've seen Bodom a bunch of times.
Yeah,
like,
we've seen Bodom everywhere.
a few different places. Yeah, I can never remember what is what.
God, I went back. That's something I've been listening to lately. Is I went back to Hexed.
Yeah.
And yep, still amazing. I still love it. Fucking Hexed. God.
And I don't know. I guess the other thing and I was actually kind of bummed that I missed out on it. But I didn't really have anybody to go with and stuff. And I've kind of already seen him before. But Tech Nine put out a new album.
Oh, really?
That I've been jamming to.
Oh,
lately.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I've not been. I haven't listened to any new Tech Nine in a long time.
Yeah.
I was into them a bit in back in like '08 and shit when I was also into like Head P and stuff.
Yeah.
But strange music.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess that was a label that kind of got me into listening to more like hip hop and stuff, like rap music. And
Oh
stuff.
yeah, because they fucking, you know.
I like the technicality of it. I think it's cool to me.
That, and they fuck around in some of the same places that metal fucks around in terms of like topics and things like that, and a look and stuff like that. They kind of they fuck around in some of the same like areas, so it's kind of like an easy bridge to that sort of a thing.
Yeah. And they're like, I think, as far as I know, they're still the number one independent, or he's still a number one independent hip hop artist.
I could see that.
But he puts out, I think he's got like 20 albums now.
Yeah, he's got.
Puts out one like
stops,
every year.
yeah.
I think it's an album and then like 2 EPs every year.
Damn.
Something else, yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So I would say it's not metal or anything, but that's something I've been kind of listening to a lot.
Fuck it. Shit.
What about you?
This past week, the new Monomarth. But full disclosure, I don't even think I've heard it fully top to bottom yet. Not a complaint at all, but it is a long album. It's like an hour long.
Oh shit.
So it's not a complaint, but because of that, I haven't been able to get it all the way through in the car yet.
I think it wasn't like 12 songs.
Something like that. Yeah.
I think the last couple have been like 10.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's a big one, but I like that. I think yeah. Because I always kind of get bummed out when I'm listening to an album I love and it ends in a half hour. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's so, yeah.
It's over already? But yeah, I've been listening to that. Hexed. Fuck. I guess I should check my shit. What have I been listening to?
There was something I wanted to bring up as far as something I found out, and I know I think the last album they put out was like 2017, but it's the singer from At the Gates, and it has members of The Haunted, looks like Skit System, Dysphere, and God Macabre. It's called Lurking Fear. I found it last night.
Hell yeah.
It's kind of sick. Yeah, the only album they have is Out of the Voiceless Grave. Yeah, it came out 2017. That's pretty sick. And then Paganizer was another one. They're another Swedish death metal.
That's tight name.
Yeah,
I like
right?
that. Paganizer.
I don't know, they got some pretty, like, their artwork is pretty sick.
Damn.
Like that old school kind of like.
Yeah, it looks like some old school Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
That's sweet. You know, I've been listening Fit for an Autopsy and Obituary.
Yeah.
I've been listening to those. I did like that new did you hear that Homicide song with Eminem and Logic?
I did. Yeah.
Did you hear the tag at the end with
Yeah.
Crystal? Dude, that was so funny.
Who was that?
That's Chris D'Elia.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'll have to listen
Yeah,
to it
because
again.
a few months ago, Chris D'Elia just made a silly fucking ass Instagram video of him in like a black hoodie, and he's like, and he's like doing this like Eminem thing, like impersonation.
Yeah.
And Eminem like reposted it and stuff, and then he put him in the song. Like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Can you imagine making a silly Instagram video and then Eminem puts you in a song. Like, holy shit. But yeah, it was really funny, actually. I thought it was hilarious. When he did it.
It was, I think it reached that point in the song when I was listening to it the first time, and I just kind of let it go, and I was like,
what is that?
Yeah, what is this? Like, why is this? Because it just kind of like, it just stops.
Yeah.
I guess, and like, I don't know. I
was into that.
Yeah, I think I only listened to it like once or twice. But like, yeah, it like caught me off guard a little bit. I was like,
it's
okay.
So funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently it made Eminem laugh really hard too.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
But yeah,
that's gotta be awesome for him.
Like, I did dig that song. I like that.
It was a good song, yeah, for sure. I checked that one out.
Have you heard the new Yellow Wolf yet?
Yes. Wait, what is it called again?
I think isn't it Trunk Music 3?
Yes. I have heard the new Yellow Wolf. I did listen to that album actually. Before he released the album, up to the release of the album, he was releasing a bunch of freestyles. I liked the freestyles more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, well, I was going to say, I think a few of them made it on the first couple of
I think I only listened to it once, full disclosure.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I liked, man, like, he put out, I didn't really listen to Trial by Fire. I don't know if that's a good album or not.
I think I listened to that one. I don't remember. I think I did though.
The last one of his that I really liked was Love Story.
Yeah, that's a good album.
And that, like, it kind of grew on me for a little bit.
It's a grower.
Yeah.
Because it's weird.
Yeah.
For sure.
He's
but it is good.
Yeah, he's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Every album's kind of different. But yeah, that one, there's a few songs on there that, like, I go back to and still listen to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good album, actually. For sure.
Yeah.
But I've been listening to Obituary, and I actually just bought the Justice solo albums.
Oh, hell yeah!
So I've been listening to those too.
I was on that.
Chapters.
Yeah, I was on that yesterday.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
I've always known the first one because of the song with Randy, Enslaved, Dead or Depraved. I love that song.
Yeah. I think that's one of his strongest vocal, like, performances.
Yeah.
By far.
Oh
like,
my god. Well, when you have to fucking be on the same level as Randy fucking Blythe, you got to put it down, like, Jesus Christ.
Well, I was talking about Randy actually. Well,
I mean, you're saying Randy's vocal performance. Yeah. Okay, yeah, me too. I agree with that.
Well, both of them really, like, I think,
yeah. Enslaved, Dead or Depraved. Like, oh god, so good how they like go back and forth in that song. I love it.
There's one that because I kind of like. I was driving around yesterday. I put it on, I think it was like shuffle or something or whatever, like the top songs were. And, man, what was the name of it? Deadly Business is really good. I think it's on Lost Chapters.
Okay.
And 13 appears.
Okay. Hell
That's one of, like, the catchiest, like, hardest riffs
ever.
Yeah.
Hell
like, in one of his songs, I think. I don't know, like, it just, I remember, like, listening to it, and I was like, all right, this is kind of cool. And, like, as the song goes, it kind of builds, and there's, like, different variations of it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, it's really cool.
Fuck yeah. Fucking, damn it. I was about to say one, and I forgot it. Damn it. Oh, well. All right, so that's what we've been listening to lately. Let's see here. I guess, the next thing, you getting up for a second? Yeah. Okay, I'll just talk to the people then. Well, I guess I should have said this at the top of the episode, but if you can't already tell, I am currently recovering from a bit of a cold during this past week. So if my voice sounds a little weird, if I'm sniffling a little bit, I'm sorry. That is why. But yeah, we already mentioned, we got the Slayer show coming up. We will also, at least, I'm not sure if Aaron will be there, but Preston and I definitely will be at the Motor City Comic-Con on the Saturday before the Slayer show, next Saturday, a week from today. Well, 6 days or 5 days from when you're listening to this, when I release it on Monday. We're recording this on Saturday, full disclosure. Yeah, we fucking, we're going to be there, and we'll have some stickers to hand out. We got stickers, finally. We'll be at the Motor City Comic-Con and the Slayer show with stickers in hand. So if you see any of us, be sure to come up and say hi, and we will gladly give you a Lost in the Dark sticker. And then after those two next weekend's a big weekend. So after those two next weekend, but also coming up before next weekend, I'm not sure. I'll probably have the Amon Amarth out sometime this week is what I'm going to aim for. If not this week, very early next week, but I'm going to aim for this week, and hopefully I'm going to have the Whitechapel heavy metal folklore episode out sometime this week as well. So we'll get those going to you too. And Aaron's back. Look at that. Welcome back.
Hey.
But I guess, here, hold on one second. I just told everybody I do got a little bit of head cold. I'm going to blow my nose for one quick second so I don't sound so fucking crazy. But hold on one second. When are your tell the people your dates again. Remind them again.
So so I can be correct. Because that's kind of important with this. Monday, May 27th, which is I think 2 weeks from Monday, is the Tech Trek, Archspire, Inferior Eye, Verbum, Wormhole, and Carnus Immortalis. Both shows are at Sanctuary. The next one is Friday, June 21st, which is the Breathing Process, Boreworm, Vile Secretion, Carnus Immortalis, and Grave Bloom. Yeah, we should have tickets for both of them. I know for a fact that all of us have them for the Tech Trek. So if you're interested, definitely hit us up on either Facebook or Instagram, or I guess any of us individually as well. We'll all have them. So yeah,
those are gonna be good shows.
Yeah, man. Boreworm. That's like I was saying, like that's their big. It looks they're playing the Black Path EP all the way through, and looks like some new songs from the full length. And it's their first. It's their. It says original vocalist Nathan's return show.
Oh, that's cool.
It's gonna be
Hell yeah.
So that'll be sick.
How much are tickets?
I want to say for the Tech Trek they're 18. Let me double check that though. So
it's not bad.
I'm terrible.
Fuck yeah.
Put me on the spot, man.
Well,
you should
kind of know.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I have posted about myself.
But it's okay. That's okay. We will post about it too.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I haven't actually.
And we will be there with stickers as well. I will be there with stickers. Lost in the Dark.
Yeah, 18 for the Archspire show, and it should be about the same for the other one.
Nice.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Well, yeah, let's double check that. But the next topic we should talk about is probably what we've been watching lately, and starting off with Avengers Endgame.
Spoilers.
Yeah,
right
this
away.
one's riddled with spoilers. If you haven't seen Avengers Endgame, get off your fucking ass. What the fuck come on. Holy shit. If you're into this shit, you've seen it already. There's no question. And I didn't do too many spoilers on the episode where I talked about it a bit on, but I definitely want to talk about it again with you, because I want to get somebody else's take on it too. But yeah. Any price yet?
Yeah,
we'll just call it 15. It's $15 to $18.
$10.
$10.
Yeah.
Even cheaper. Fantastic.
Price
Lost in the Dark discount.
Price of a Starbucks coffee.
Boom, shakalaka. All right. $10 for that one. Excellent. So go to these shows, people. They're going to be fantastic.
So, Avengers.
So I've already given it. I actually said I don't even feel qualified to review it.
I don't either, to be honest with you.
So this is not a review.
Yeah.
This is just two friends talking about it.
Yeah. Where do you start?
I don't know.
That's a for like it's 3 out like what, like 3.5 hours almost?
No, it's 3 hours and 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, it's like the Godfather of superhero movies.
Pretty much, yeah. I haven't seen. Okay, well, yeah, I guess that's a good way to start. Like, I haven't seen a portrayal of time travel done quite to that scale.
No.
Ever.
Nope.
Like that like the when it starts off and they're like, okay, well, yeah, spoilers, I guess.
Yeah, we're going deep.
Yeah. When they go back to like the first movie,
the
very first movie, and,
like
you
back
see,
in New York,
and like show everything kind of going on and stuff, and then they go into the fucking the thing with Loki.
Yep.
When they get the Tesseract and stuff, yeah, like how
it's like whoa, you can do this.
Yeah.
Like whoa.
I couldn't. Yeah.
We're back in New York.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. See, at first, full disclosure, my first viewing of the movie, when they started doing that, it made me a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh no, is this whole movie just going to be going back to the old movies?
That's, yeah.
That thought went through my head, but then it quickly went away when I saw where things were going.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, this is genius.
Yeah.
This is just the greatest hits.
And
then you're going to give me the greatest song you've ever made at the end of the greatest hits album. Like,
pretty much, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Oh. Yeah, when it goes back to New York. And then what's the other one? They go back to
everything.
The Dark World.
Yeah.
And they go back to the first fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
Dude, that part had me rolling.
Yeah, when he just punches Peter Quill out while he's dancing and shit. That was funny.
Yeah, just the way that they all like tie everything in and stuff, and like I don't know. I have to kind of believe that, like, well, I mean, for one, they set all this up to be this way and stuff, but like just watching it and like thinking about it, it's like, man, that's genius. Like, and then the whole like the thing with Thor,
how he got
back
fat.
That too, yeah. that was amazing.
That was so fucking brilliant.
He's sitting there playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
With fucking
Noob 69 or whatever.
And then,
I will find you.
Yeah. That was something that I think Mike brought up yesterday or a couple days ago when we were at practice or whatever talking about. He's like, I don't know how I feel about all of the fat Thor cosplays that are gonna happen at the conventions.
I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah. That's gonna be a thing now. Yeah.
That's funny. He had the oh my God, though. The payoff at the end of that, where he's standing there looking at Thanos, and he puts out both of his hands, and Stormbreaker and Mjolnir come, and like the lightning hits him in his beard, and his hair changes and shit. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, it's on! It's so on! Yeah. And when Thor goes back to so we get to go back to a destroyed Asgard. Asgard has been destroyed in this timeline, but we get to go back to Asgard, and then at the end, before he leaves, when he reaches out his hand, and I was like, Mjolnir's back! Because Mjolnir got destroyed in Ragnarok.
Yeah.
So it's been like 2 movies since he's had his hammer. Oh, I was like, okay, that's one of the best payoffs ever. We get, like, with Mjolnir, like, we get Mjolnir back. But I had no idea what was coming.
Oh, no.
I had no idea. When Thanos is about to kill Thor, and you see Mjolnir raise up, I was like, oh my God. Like, Mjolnir's I thought he was pulling Mjolnir.
Yeah.
And
That's what I thought.
And then you see it hit Thanos, and it knocks Thanos the fuck down,
Yeah.
and then it goes into Captain America's hand. Dude,
Yeah.
the fucking goosebumps.
Oh yeah.
Like, I was losing my shit. I had lost my mind at that point. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, I can't even. Metal moments in movies, that's one of them.
Yeah.
Thor himself. Oh my god, dude. That ending battle scene was on a scale. When I left the movie theater, I was like, how did I only pay $12 for that? I feel
Right?
like when I left, I felt like I just watched a heavy metal concert live. Like, my head was ringing in the same way. Like, my body felt like that. Like, when I walked out of the theater, I was like, it's too quiet. It's too quiet. The whole world needs to know what just happened in there. Like, that's how it really felt. It was such a level. It's why we go to the movies.
Yeah.
You know? It was a real show.
After that, I've been on a pretty big Marvel kick for a while.
As you should.
Since then, like I went back and watched Black Panther yesterday.
Oh, hell yeah.
I really liked that.
Yeah, I love that movie.
That was awesome.
You know, okay, so have you seen the fucking Spider-Man Far From Home new trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, you saw the newest one?
Yeah.
Where they talk about the multiverse?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of.
Okay. So here's the thing.
There's a lot going on there.
Here's the thing. Here's my theory. Because not a lot of people know Mysterio, but they don't know what his deal is.
Yeah.
Mysterio is a fucking phony. That's his whole story arc. Is he's like a fucking. He was a disgraced actor, special effects guy, who created this character, and he fakes everything.
Yeah.
So
one of my favorite storylines from Spider-Man. Really.
Yeah, me too. So fucking, he could be lying about there being. I think the multiverse in that trailer could be a lie. It could be a Mysterio fake out. Is my theory. However,
okay.
there are people that are saying that Mysterio tells them there's a multiverse, turns out to be a lie, but then we actually find out there is a multiverse, and that Thanos' snap ripped a hole in it. That could be how we get the X-Men. That could be how you incorporate. The movie is so fucking good, you don't care about the issues that come with the time travel and stuff. Like, the idea that Steve Rogers stayed back in time is a problem.
Yeah.
That's a big problem.
There was a lot of stuff that happened that, like, they never talk about what happened with Loki. They never talk about, like, his vision wasn't ever in it.
Nope.
At all.
So he didn't get snapped back.
Yeah.
But he didn't get snapped either.
Yeah. Well, because I thought, because he died at the end of Infinity War.
Yeah, because he took out the Mind Stone.
Yeah,
that was
the last one. Yeah.
He was a robot powered by the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
So his whole life is the Mind Stone. He is the Mind Stone, essentially.
Yeah. So there were a few things that were kind of like, what?
Yeah.
Like, hang on,
dude, with Scarlet Witch.
Oh.
Scarlet Witch was about to kill Thanos.
Yeah.
She could have actually done it if he hadn't rained fire.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Yeah. Awesome. My God. She was like, you took everything from me.
Yeah.
Oh, she just goes so metal, dude.
Yeah. You're like Sabaton in the background.
Yeah, dude. Or like Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, I watched that one the other day.
Me too. I went back and watched it. I needed some more Thor.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a good movie. But my one and only complaint. Honestly, I only have one complaint about this movie. No Hulk Thor rematch.
Yeah.
So Thanos just beats Hulk and there's no rematch.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that.
Yeah. I guess I didn't think about that.
A little bit. But here's the other thing. Captain America's shield is made out of vibranium. And Thanos broke it. So what was his shit made out of? That could be adamantium.
Yeah.
Because Thanos is he's ancient.
Yeah.
So he could have already figured out adamantium.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's that involved too. I saw someone talk about that online. Or it could just be vibranium, but still. Such a great fucking movie, dude.
Man, and like when they went back and during wasn't it the first Captain America movie where he goes back, where Tony Stark goes back and meets his dad and stuff? That whole big like exchange.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. I don't think that was going back to a specific movie.
Okay.
I don't think that was ever in any movies or anything. But yeah, that was a great scene.
Yeah. I actually really enjoyed that one.
That was a fucking brilliant scene. It was true to character.
Yeah.
They stayed true to character. And whenever fucking Tony Stark's dad gets in the car and you see Jarvis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Oh, my God. That was so cool.
I like that.
I liked that a lot.
I feel like I know him from somewhere. Do we know him? He's familiar.
You actually, well, you kind of will.
What'd you think about like the ending? Like the shield thing where he gives
Falcon the shield?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's from the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
because I thought
knew that was gonna happen.
I thought it was weird he didn't give it to the other guy.
I think there's a little bit of a okay. But not based on where they could take it. Not based on any brilliant ideas somebody could have to take the storyline. But based on the storylines that already exist from the comics and stuff like that, I think there's a little bit more meat on the bone if you give it to Bucky, to the Winter Soldier, because he was at one point in time accused of being a terrorist. Yeah. And then if you give him the shield now, it really like sheds a light on the whole Hydra aspect and the whole fucking like mind control that he went through, and like everyone being forced to deal with that and like look at him that way and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's kind of like a little bit more there, but yeah. But see, the thing is, the other thing is that Falcon doesn't have he's not a super soldier like Cap. So he can't throw the shield, but Bucky could with his metal arm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I just thought it would make more sense if he got it then.
Yeah, like on a certain level.
Yeah.
Just because like Falcon can't use it the same way because he doesn't have the same powers. But they did it in the comics. I think they did it both ways in the comics. So, yeah, made sense. I'm down with it.
I thought when because I knew that he was going back to return all the stones.
Stones,
yeah. I thought that it was going to be I can't think of her name right now.
Peggy?
No.
Oh, Black Widow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be her sitting there.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to go back and like save her. And
then,
like,
and so Captain America had to see the Red Skull.
Yeah.
And we don't get to see that in like what happened there. Like they're enemies. Like what's going on there? And there was another weird one too. Oh yeah. Someone posted online. They're like, the two scenes I want to see is Captain America giving back the stone to Red Skull and Captain America injecting it back into Jane. Because remember, Rocket, it was the red sludge is one of the stones. He had to get it out of Jane with a syringe.
Yeah.
So Captain America had to break back in and stick her with it again.
Yeah. Huh.
Like, what happened there? Something weird's going on. But yeah, there's a couple little issues there. And Captain America being back in time that whole time is weird too. Like, how does that affect things? Yeah. Because Peggy, on the newest episode of Fat Man on Batman, they talked about it and they made it brilliant. Because Peggy had, when we see Peggy, the girl that Captain America's in love with, he sees her after he gets out of the ice as an old lady on her deathbed. And she said, yeah, I had a husband and I had kids and all this. Yeah. So now that Cap's back in time, does that mean those kids never get born? But then that's what Kevin Smith said. But then Mark Bernardin goes, what if it was Captain's kids? And she knew when she saw him on her deathbed and she couldn't say anything.
Could be. Yeah. That would make the most sense.
Genius.
Yeah.
Mark Bernard making things better. That's what he does. That's what he does. I swear to God, I love that guy so much. But God, man.
Can we have a moment to raise a toast to Mr. Tony Stark?
To the one dude.
I gotta say, like, I don't cry at movies.
Neither do I.
Like, I find it kind of like, and when it does happen,
Silly.
I feel dumb about it, but like it's like, I mean, I don't know. I guess like there's only been like a few set times where like it's kind of got me, but this one, man, like,
dude,
it felt like I think I said something to you about it. I was like, man, it felt like you were like losing a friend or something. Like,
at the end of the day, I like. Why do I like metal so much? Because it makes me feel.
Yeah.
So no matter what a piece of art makes me feel, I like it because of that.
Yeah.
And so I've just given up on caring about like if a movie's gonna make me cry, because if it does, it made me feel, and I like it that much more. Fuck it, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
it does not happen hardly ever.
Yeah.
Like very rarely.
Mm.
But yeah.
Yeah.
When Tony finally made the ultimate sacrifice.
Yep.
In that little trickery, I am inevitable.
Yeah.
Nothing. Well, I am Iron Man. Oh my God.
Then when it comes back and like Spider-Man standing there with him and stuff, and then like,
and Pepper goes, "You can rest now," because they talked about that earlier in the movie. She was like, "Yeah, you could throw it in the lake.
Yeah,
you'd be able to go upstairs and go to sleep, but would you be able to rest?"
Yeah. Oh, dude, I just now made that connection when you were saying that. Well, that kind of changes everything.
Circles back, bro.
That went completely over my head.
The genius writing of these movies. Oh my God! And dude, did you get it when she? Dude, you know, I know the thing that got me the most, the one that fucked me up, when his daughter asked Happy for a cheeseburger.
Yep.
Dude.
Yeah.
Because I'm not fucking lying, dude. That has been in my head for the last 10 years. For 10 years. I remember the first time I saw the first Iron Man, and Tony Stark said he wanted a cheeseburger. And I remember the next shot is him getting out of a limo, balling up a Burger King wrapper. He got a Burger King cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And every single fucking time I've been to Burger King in the last 10 fucking years, I've thought about that scene. Not fucking joking, dude. Like, it's just like one of those little things that's just in your head that comes up. You don't pay any attention to it. It's just there.
Yeah.
But then they had his daughter ask for a cheeseburger at his funeral. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. Oh, that fucked me up, man. Like, that fucked me up. Because Happy knew, because he was there.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, man. So good.
Yeah.
So fucking good. Yeah, this movie came as close to being a comic book on screen as I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, this felt like the whole time I felt like I was reading panels. Like, that final battle, Avengers, assemble. And all of them are there. Like, Doctor Strange is like, is this everybody? He's like, you wanted more?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Apparently, and I didn't know this until I was watching some YouTube stuff, because I've been avoiding all like the stuff, because I think I saw it a few days after it came out and everything, and there was stuff everywhere going on online and stuff. And one of the things that I didn't know was that he never actually says assemble.
Nope.
Until this movie.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool.
Dude, the shot of Captain standing there with a broken shield alone against all of Thanos' army. That is one of the most beautiful, when he straps that shield back on, broken.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not dead yet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's going to take. That is what that is what superheroes are. That is what superheroes are. They're the ones that never stop. They're the ones we all aspire to be. Like, alone, standing against armies, and then on your left. Oh my God! That's the greatest fucking movie ever, dude. Are you kidding me? Like, just sitting. I haven't like thought about it this in depth in the past week. Like, God, dude, that shit was so good.
Yeah.
I want to go see it again.
Yeah.
I need to go see it again. I need a shot. Here we go. Cheers to the Avengers. Assemble. Oh my God. Sheer fucking brilliance. Sheer movie magic. Everything that you want a movie to be. If you love these superhero movies, it's everything you ever wanted one to be.
I also want to say, like, one of my favorite parts of it was just because it was so, like, out of left field, and I didn't expect it to happen. And it's not even a major point of it. It just made me, like, crack up when I was watching it. Was the part with Hulk and Iron Man when they're all sitting in the diner, and the kids come over and ask him for like a picture.
No, with Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Hulk and Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that was hilarious. And Paul Rudd acting against Hulk was genius.
I felt it was one of those things where like I felt like it went on for too long. Like,
they had to make it awkward.
Yeah, it was like I kept like waiting for it to just like be done or like for them to like get on to the next thing, but it didn't. It just like kept like dragging on and stuff.
And you want to know what's crazy too is on the most recent episode of Smodcast, so you should definitely look this up, actually, for real. Everyone should. The most recent episode of Smodcast is Kevin Smith and Mark Bernardin, so the hosts from Fat Man Beyond, are hosting the newest episode of Smodcast, and they interview the writers of Infinity War and Endgame.
Ooh. Yeah.
And they talk about some of the things that they were actually even filmed, but were end up cut from the movie. One of those things was there was actually going to be a scene right before we get to Hulk in the diner showing how Hulk becomes Professor Hulk, which is what that new character is. Basically showing a little bit more into that.
Yeah.
So we're going to get a little bit more, but they ended up cutting it for. They were like, yeah, it's good and people like it, but it doesn't add to the story. It doesn't, the overallness of everything, it's not required. So, and then another one of those scenes was actually, if you remember, Thanos' snap in the first one. He snaps, and then he goes to that weird orange place where he sees Child Gamora.
Yeah. I thought that was cool. I really like that.
There was going to be a scene with Tony.
Oh. Huh.
Where he goes to that place and sees his daughter, but she's older.
Oh. Huh.
Imagine that knife in the heart. Imagine
Why
that
wasn't
knife
that a
in the
thing?
heart. Yeah, but because we would have been sobbing. Like, I was able to keep it together in the theater. Like I had a tear. I was like, I had the fucking the tear going or whatever. But the fucking
that would have been that would have been pretty heavy.
That would have been ooh. That and then she asks for a cheeseburger. I would have just left the theater. Been like, I can't do it. Can't, Captain. But man, oh man. As far and here's the crazy part is obviously I was unbelievably excited for this movie. But full disclosure, I was genuinely less excited for Endgame, more excited for Godzilla.
Yeah.
Genuinely. But Endgame set such a bar. Like they once again, like it happened with The Matrix, then it happened again with Avengers, and now it's happened again with Avengers Endgame. When you redefine what it is to be a movie. When you show the audience, when you can actually show an audience something they've never seen before.
Yeah.
That is a very special thing. And that is something that those movies did. That is something that Avatar also did. Movies will continue to do. But just the thought of something being bigger and grander than that.
Well, I remember seeing the very first Iron Man movie, thinking like, oh, this is fucking cool. Like this is, you know.
Did you know? Did the first time you saw that Iron Man movie, did you stay till after the credits? Nobody did.
I don't remember.
I don't think I
did. Honestly,
I don't think I did the first time, but I think I saw it again and did.
Yeah.
Because I read online that there was something after the credits.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing that after credit scene in theaters for a fact. I know for sure. Here is the fun part. Did you know that, and I heard this in a Kevin Smith interview with the writers, not the one I'm talking about, but an older one. That scene, the end credit scene of Iron Man, where Nick Fury is standing in his living room, was last minute. And by last minute, I mean they were like weeks away from release date, and they were doing the test screenings because they were like, we really don't know if anyone's gonna like this. Like this could be like a big fuck up. But they were like, but while they were writing Iron Man, the originals were in the room. They were like, man, what if? I know I'm talking out my ass here, but what if one day? What if we got to the Avengers? What if this movie somehow miraculously gets us all the way to the Avengers? Could you imagine that? They were talking about that in the room while writing Iron Man. They had no idea if they had a hit. The test screenings went so good. They went, I think we got something. So real quick, after the test screenings were over and in between the release date of the film, they filmed the end credit scene just to give it a tag, just to be like, if this does well enough, maybe we can set it up. And they set it up with that one scene.
Yeah.
The only other, and I'm talking out my ass here because the movie is amazing and brilliant and perfect in every way. But I already said I'm bummed that Hulk didn't get a rematch with Thanos. The only other thing I was slightly bummed about is Nick Fury didn't even get a line.
Yeah.
I thought
that was weird too. Yeah.
Because he was the one that started it all.
Yeah.
But seeing him walk out at Tony's funeral scene was straight out of the comics. That looked to me exactly like all the X-Men funeral scenes I had ever seen, all the Marvel funeral scenes I'd ever seen in the comics.
Yeah.
Genius and beautiful. Notice, though, in that ending funeral scene, Gamora was not there. So the question is, and here's the kicker. Gamora, the only reason why she's alive in this movie is because she's the past Gamora with Thanos' army. Did Tony snap her?
Maybe.
She was with Thanos' army.
Yeah, possibly.
I don't know. Nobody knows. It's a mystery. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that genius? It's the writing. They're so good.
I need to go back and watch that again.
Yeah, we should go together.
Yeah.
We should go to like a midday show. Somewhere early in the day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd be down for that. Like,
I did see I saw it in 3D, and I'm glad I did too.
Me too.
Because that was sick. But I didn't see it in like the extreme, or the big like IMAX or anything like that. Because by the time I did, it was all sold out. I think that day.
Fair enough.
Actually, I think most of like the standard showings, and then all of like the IMAX stuff was all sold out. So you're like, fuck it. Well, may as well
it was for that first weekend, and we're entering now into this. We're in the second weekend now, so it's possible that by tomorrow, Avengers Endgame is the #1 grossing film in history because it already
beat out Titanic.
Yeah,
did you see that?
Avatar is 2.7 billion.
Yeah.
Before this, in the first week alone, Avengers was at like 2.3.
Yeah, I saw that.
Or 2.3 or 2. I think it had 5 million. And it just has to get 5 million more.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
Oh, I think it's I mean, come on. Like, this movie is so much bigger than Avatar. Like,
Oh yeah, I saw Avatar once and I hated it. To be honest,
I didn't hate it. I only saw it once too, but I didn't. I thought it was honestly the thing about Avatar. Here's something that a lot of people may not fucking appreciate. Just like in the way that Iron Man, in my opinion, and the Marvel movies kind of saved the movie theaters because they were all closing before those movies came out. Avatar did something else too. Up until Avatar, I had never seen a movie in 3D that I thought was better because it was in 3D. All the movies before Avatar I'd seen in 3D, I was like, I'd rather watch it regular, honestly.
Yeah.
Like every single one until Avatar. Avatar, when I saw that in 3D for the first time, the theater was sold out. We get there, we had to sit in the very front row. I remember that. And it was on a giant IMAX screen. Giant. And I remember specifically a scene where Sigourney Weaver is smoking a cigarette. And at that point in time, I smoked cigarettes. And I was watching the smoke come off of the cigarette. And I was like, that is in this room right now. It looks so real.
Yeah.
Like so accurate 3D. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this is actually mind-blowing. Like that little tiny detail. Like, fucking threw me through a loop. That movie was genius, I think, in terms of the technology that went behind it for the time.
Yeah.
Because before it, genuinely, 3D movies sucked. So now they're good because of that movie. But I did just read on comicbook.com that Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5 have been delayed. Apparently, he's been making Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5 all at the same time this whole time.
That makes sense.
So... But apparently they've been delayed again. They've been keep on getting delayed.
Yeah.
So I don't know why, but hey, I'm gonna look. James Cameron made Terminator 2. He will forever have my respect for that movie.
Yeah.
So I hope he makes another. I think he has something to do with the next Terminator coming out. Actually, I think he did. I think he does have something to do with it. Yeah, he does. I think it's James Cameron is making the next Terminator. And it's Terminator 3. It's erasing everything, all the other goofy Terminator movies they made and picking up after Judgment Day. And it's got Arnold back, and it's got, are you kidding me? How did I just had her name and it left. Sarah Connor. What's her real name? God damn it. She's one of my favorites all time. And I can't remember her name, but Sarah Connor and Edward Furlong, John Connor, I think they got them all back.
Oh, shit.
Like everyone that made T2 great is coming back for this next one. So fuck, I need to look that up. Sarah Connor, I'm an asshole. She's one of my all-time favorite actresses, whatever you want. She's one of my all-time favorite. Fuck. Her? See, that's what the fucking crazy thing about me is that I didn't grow up with Linda Hamilton. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Linda Hamilton, I've been in love with you since the early 90s, okay? And Sigourney Weaver. See, that's the thing is my favorite movies growing up weren't like the machoist action movie that was my favorite growing up was Predator. And I love Arnold. You know what I mean? The old, those movies.
Yeah.
But I never got into Rambo. I did get into Rocky, but I never got into Die Hard.
Yeah.
I never really was a big Willis fan. I like some of it. I love The Sixth Sense.
Oh, yeah.
I love some of his movies, but I was never into really the action ones. You know what I mean? My favorite fucking movies were Terminator with Sarah Connor, Ghostbusters with Dana, fucking Sigourney Weaver, and oh, come on, what was the other one? Fuck, I can't remember. There was another one, though. God damn it. There was another one. But yeah, I don't know. I've always liked the more, I don't know, female action ones. Because they just had the better stories. They were awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I was never really big into any of those either, really. But
I like the science fiction, and they were all part of the science fiction and stuff.
Yeah.
Tremors.
I did see that.
Dude, Tremors is genius.
Yeah.
Fuck anyone who talks shit about Tremors. All of them. I've seen every Tremors movie. There's like the newest one has Jamie Kennedy in it.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O, we are out of Jaeger. No, we're not. We got more in the freezer. But, okay, so real quick, though. Okay, so yeah, I guess, I mean, yeah, Avengers. What more can we say? Honestly?
I mean,
like
that hasn't already been.
Yeah, like genius, brilliant, wonderful writing. You don't, to the point where, yeah, maybe there are some quote unquote plot holes, but I have enough confidence in the brilliant writing that I've seen up to this point that these guys are going to be able to turn plot holes into plot points.
Yeah.
Just like, just in the same way that Rogue One did. That's what the great thing about the Rogue One movies in the Star Wars franchise is it fixed plot holes from the original 3 movies.
Yeah.
Why was there a weakness on the Death Star like that? That's been joked about in Family Guy.
Yeah.
It was such a gigantic glaring plot hole, and then they went, we can fix that.
Yeah. I actually really liked Rogue One.
Beautiful. Oh, dude.
That was cool.
If you remove sentimentality, it is, and you grade it on a piece of paper of what a film should do and how good a film is or whatever on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie ever made. I'm gonna say it.
That's a bold.
Yeah, it is. But if you remove sentimentality,
yeah,
like I'm not and you remove how they did something different in the 70s at that point in time, if you take that out of it, but keep in everything else, keep in how brilliant it was, how great and outreaching all these stories are, how many people love and can connect to this. And then this movie comes along and is beautiful and is brilliant and it literally fixes some of the plot holes of the originals in a poetic way. Like,
yeah.
I love that movie. I fucking love Rogue One. I think it's fucking beautiful.
Even though, like when you're watching it, like, none of these characters actually really, truly matter at all. Like, I mean, they do, but like, yeah.
But yet they do. But that's war.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's those little stories in this great galactic war. Star Wars, for Christ's sake.
Well, wasn't there something that came out a few days ago that like there was like 4 more movies in the works for it?
I did see that. So we got this next one coming, which is the Skywalker one.
Yeah.
Which is crazy that they actually put a name. They've never done that before. They put a name in the Rise of the Skywalker. Is that what it's called?
I think so. Something like that.
Did I tell you the theory about this?
Uh-uh.
See, because that threw me through a loop at first. I was like, ooh, I don't like that. At first, I did not like the title very much. But then I heard this, and this is why I listened to Kevin Smith and Mark Bernard, because they make everything better. And Kevin Smith goes, what I got from that, because if you look at what all the other titles have been,
yeah, Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. He's like, what I get from that, because what was the last one? The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
What if the Jedi Order is dead and the next religion to take its place is called Skywalker? They are no longer Jedis, they are Skywalkers. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
That is poetic and genius in every way. Yeah. Because this has been the Skywalker saga. For the Jedi Order to continue, it would have to acknowledge the impact that the Skywalker family has had on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So...
yeah, that would only make sense, I guess.
But then what you said, I did see that article too. They announced that after episode 9, 3 more Star Wars movies are in the works, but they are not. They're a new saga. They are not part of 1 through 9 at all. This isn't 10, 11, 12. And that's all the information that came out, and we already know that the guy that made The Last Jedi, Rian Johnson, is making his own Star Wars saga, so most people think that's what it is. And it's a completely separate story in a different part of the galaxy, new characters and everything. So, but a lot of people, if you remember the way The Last Jedi ended, it ended with that little kid force pulling the broom towards himself. A lot of people think that is going to have to do with those 3 movies.
Next,
That's what I think, at least.
Yeah.
That's what I think for sure. But yeah, here, let me grab some more Jaeger. And actually, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. So, you talk to the people for a minute. Tell them about some Balgray stuff or something. Or just continue on with Avengers stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll be right back.
So yeah, the next, I mean, as far as like, Balgray stuff, we made a post a little while ago about the fact that we were continuing on, with the writing process and everything, and we were continuing to, work stuff out for the next EP. But we were also going to start dropping more like standalone singles and stuff, and like that's, to me, that's, I feel like, between all of us, we feel really strongly about, constantly putting out, more content and more songs and more, music for everybody, regardless of it being a part of, like an album standpoint or, being a part of anything. I feel like it's more of just a chance for us to just kind of like stretch our legs a little bit and kind of, because the last couple of releases that we've had have been very centered on one specific, like, I don't know if you'd say like storyline or one, like, I guess more like concept, I guess. And so now like these kind of standalone songs, like I think we're still going to go with like the theme aspect of everything. But as far as the singles and stuff we're putting out, it's more just a chance for us to kind of like experiment with things and do different sort of like topics and kind of have one-off songs that are a little different than anything else that we've put out before. And I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's gonna, add to the catalog and be kind of more interesting.
Add to the catalog, yeah. Exactly.
Because with, Monstrous was pretty different.
Very
for us.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. I really expect that.
I fucking love that song, dude. Are you kidding me?
But yeah, at the same time, it was pretty different for us, and it was pretty, it was kind of out there and everything. And I think that was kind of the real turning point with figuring out like what the next step was with everything, and just to kind of keep things more interesting. And I know that we got a few different comments and a few different things about like the fact that we were going to put out these singles, but we were also going to keep putting out either a full length, another full length down the line, or keep putting out different EPs and stuff. But it's more, again, it's just more of a way for us to just kind of, venture off and write some different style songs than what you're kind of used to hearing and stuff, and what we're kind of normally putting out and everything. And I think it's, it's more songs, like it's more music, it's more, it's, and we're gonna push it out a little more frequently with things, just to have, to keep things interesting, I guess, and also keep, just because the one thing that like I think we kind of reached the point where, like we've been writing stuff and we've been doing everything, kind of like by the book and stuff. And I think we just kind of reached the point where it was like, maybe we don't have to do a full collection of like 12 or 10 songs or whatever. Because the first full length was, it is pretty ambitious for us as, as musicians, and as, from a production standpoint, and the whole thing, like, it was all DIY. It was all recorded by ourselves, and, Julian did all the mixing, mastering, and everything on it. And it was, it was a big endeavor for us. And I think that it's more like, this is more of a chance for us to put stuff out and to just to kind of keep things interesting, but also not to have to follow a theme so much. Like we've already, well, I don't know fuck it. We've already kind of like compiled a set of like lyrics and stuff for the next like EP, for the next like topics and everything, which I'm pretty excited about. It's gonna be pretty wicked, and also pretty different too. It's still gonna be a lot more of like the storytelling and stuff, which I feel like between Alex and all of us, as far as like writing and contributing lyrics, I feel like that's something that I feel like we do really well in terms of writing songs with, you know, with substance and that take you somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
And that's cool to me. And everything that, you know, that he's brought up to us before, and, you know, the stuff that we've all kind of put together is all like, you know, it's pretty different because it doesn't really follow, because the last, you know, Omen, it was a very like one-centered idea, and this one is going to be, I think the next one is going to be a little more like keeping with the same ideas, but having each song kind of be its own like story.
Okay.
I guess.
I dig that.
Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
it's been pretty interesting to see where it's all gone to, because for a minute there I wasn't really sure like where it was headed, like where it was all, you know, because I mean I guess you're never really sure, you know, you just kind of keep writing and stuff and then just kind of see what happens naturally with everything in terms of like the style and you know, and everything. And so yeah, it's gonna be pretty different, I think, but I'm looking forward to seeing you know, the responses to it and stuff, and just give them, just in general, just give them more, you know, people just more of our stuff to listen to. And
Are you guys gonna play Monsters live?
Not
You don't know yet?
not for the next. Well, we've already got the set list playing for the next show for the Tech Trek, and we're not playing it on that one. But maybe in the future.
I do want to see that
it
live.
Yeah.
I want to see that live real bad. I think that would be amazing.
Yeah. So that'd be pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
We've also, sorry.
No, go.
One other thing I wanted to talk about was that we have, you know, because and it was something that we touched on in the post that we made, but you know, talking about the fact that we have started a Patreon page. And it's, I mean, for those of you that, you know, that don't know how it works, or like how, you know, how to go about it and stuff, like you know, there's different tiers, and there's different like, you know, levels of like, you know, you put in a certain amount every month depending on what the tiers are, and then from that point you receive a, you know, just different like I don't know, like rewards, I guess. I don't know if that's the right, like there's different like add-ons and things that you get
Bonus
for a certain
content.
Yeah. And so for that, it's going to be, you know, it's going to help us with, you know, not only with trying to, you know, get like a touring vehicle, get a van and everything, and all like the trailer and stuff, because that's something that we like to do, to help us kind of reach that next step with getting out to places. But it's also going to help us, you know, with live rig stuff, with all of our different, you know, just production stuff. It's, so, you know, any honestly, like any little bit helps, and there's always something, you know, that we add to it. I mean, we're constantly updating everything with, you know, videos and with different like songs and stuff. We usually put out a couple of different, I think the guitar playthrough that we did for Prophecy was up, I think, a few weeks before it actually went to YouTube.
Oh yeah.
So we do kind of stuff like that, and so yeah, I mean, if, you know, like I said, any little bit that you can contribute is fucking awesome, and it only helps us with, you know, making just giving us a chance to, you know, get out there a little more and being a little more, you know, I guess more like successful as a independent artist right now. So,
yeah, like bands don't get paid to play.
Yeah.
So they need Patreons and band camps
Yeah.
and things like this is how, because if not, I mean, at the end of the day, all we all want to do is spend all of our time making music, but we need money to fund that for some stupid reason.
Yeah.
So
gotta fund the dreams, man.
Yeah.
Like that's really what it is. And I think, cause I don't know, because like when we first started using it, I wasn't really sure kind of how it all worked and everything. I was still pretty new to it, and I still am, but I feel like I understand it a little bit more. So, and
yeah, I don't fully get Patreon.
Yeah.
But I see its potential.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I guess like what is it about it that is kind of like weird about it to you?
Well, just like what if someone's like, because I see there's different tiers, so you can do like it's all monthly payments, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's like $1, $5, $10, $20. And I see on a lot of people's like the list of things that they get per each tier. But it's just like, I don't know. I guess I do kind of get it. But it just seems fucking, it's just weird. Just because I've never done it. I haven't done it yet. I need to just do it. I need to do it. It's a subscription.
So, yeah. I mean, it's all pretty much explained there. But, yeah, so we have, things set up for my phone load everything up. $2 is, I guess that's our collection, the collection plate. So we call the first tier. It's $2 a month or more. For this contribution, you will have access to special posts on the Lens, only available through Patreon, as well as everything from studio updates and behind the scenes, pictures to lengthy explanations of bad jokes, and an occasional chance to play games online with members of the band. 5 months, that's our initiate. First steps. So like everything, if you were to put, it looks like everything that, that's like everything below what you put in is what you get automatically. So it kind of adds up a little bit. Let me see. $5 is the initiate. So the first steps. You have pledged yourself to the swamp. Exclusive sales only available to our patrons, up to 3 weeks early access of new music and videos, a free digital copy of Viscera. So spring, so yeah, we're only running that through the spring of this year. Patreon exclusive $3 discount on each ticket you purchase for each 2019 show, so you get discount for.
That's a good deal.
Then the Acolyte, following. For this next step down the path, you will learn the following: all the benefits of being an initiate, digital copies of the entire discography, and a physical copy of Omen. The Adept is your devotion is rewarded with all the benefits of being a Acolyte and physical copy of Omen. And then I think we got a 50 and a 30. So the 30 is the Order of the Wraith. Let it be known that your dedication has been recognized. So all the benefits of the Adept, your name as a contributor in a future release, exclusive access to VIP sales and early access to future releases, discount to all show tickets when purchased directly through us. So you get discounted tickets and stuff. Access to Patreon exclusive bundle deal, Bandcamp, consisting of a signed copy of Omen. Yes, a train whistle. Whistle.
It's real.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
And a shirt and all that good stuff. And then a Zealot, which is the Zealot or Zealot? I don't know. Zealot, yeah. I don't know. English, I'm bad. That's a $50 or more.
He's a drummer, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I don't. This is all. I'm pretty sure this is all our bassist putting all these names on here. But I mean, it makes like following the
the swamp beasts.
Yeah, the I don't know the lore, I guess.
The lore.
You are dedicated to the swamp and have pledged yourself fully to the mire. All previous rewards, access to our exclusive street team every month, starting the second consecutive month of the patronage. You will receive a package of sampler CDs, stickers, and other fun stuff to go hand in hand with your when you hit the streets. Street team bag, that we've sold on our. It's either been at our merch table or everything else.
I believe it's hanging up right there.
Yeah. If we had video going, I could show it. But I think it's on our Bandcamp page.
Yeah, it is.
For all our merch and stuff. Handpicked bag of swag. Remaining a faithful zealot will net you a gear bag containing at least one shirt, one hat, one CD signed by all of us, package of stickers, premium sampler CDs, signed poster, and more.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, like I said, any little bit helps, and it's only to help us get out to playing more shows, more areas, and more areas, and just being more consistent, being able to get out and actually be a full running touring band, which is, I think at this point, ultimately the goal.
Absolutely. So. Absolutely. Well, that's awesome. I'm going to have to become the leader of the street team.
Surprised you're not.
My personal goal right now. So that's happening. Well, we're going to bring this in, but real quick, let's talk about what, besides Avengers, you've been watching anything else lately? Besides Avengers and Marvel movies?
I think that's it. I haven't had Netflix or YouTube or Netflix or Hulu lately.
Okay.
So I've there's been a few things that I've been wanting to check out the new Twilight Zone.
Oh, that's good. That's on the CBS Access app.
Yeah.
I've seen the first. I think the first episode is actually free online on YouTube and stuff.
That was weird.
That was weird.
God, what else? I've been watching a lot of YouTube. I've been playing a lot of video games lately too.
Hell yeah.
Which I've been trying to get back into because there's been a lot that's been coming out, and E3 is about to happen. So
that'd be cool. It's always good.
So yeah, other than that,
well, I watched that Scary Stories documentary. Finally came out, and I really enjoyed that. I thought if you were a fan of those books at all growing up, then you'll like. Not only will you like this movie, if you're a fan of those books and like heavy metal, you will like this movie because the parallels are actually kind of crazy. These books faced a lot of the same scrutiny that heavy metal did back in the day. Like, they were getting banned from everywhere.
Yeah, that's right.
Fucking parents groups were, you know what I mean? Just like everybody was with, heavy metal and stuff.
Well, just the imagery of it sticks out to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was such a fucking brutal artwork. Some of the most metal fucking artwork ever. But yeah, I watched that, but more recently, I've talked about that a little bit on here. I like that movie a lot. But more recently,
there was one I can think of, but I'll wait until you're.
I watched. Well, I finally got around to watching The People versus O.J. Simpson.
Oh yeah.
On Netflix. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant, dude.
That was a lot of controversy around that.
It was so fucking. I don't. Really?
I think so, yeah. Is that the one with who was the main guy?
Cuba Gooding Jr.?
Yeah. That is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about any controversy, but it was good. I thought it was very good. And like, it was crazy to me because like I remember that shit, but I was like 5, 6 years old. So like it, I didn't understand any of it at the time. I just like remember the fucking Bronco chase on TV and shit like that. Like, so seeing it now played out that way and like all the different things that went into it and like names that I've known my whole life but didn't know why pretty much were from that and stuff like that. And everything was really well acted. It was well shot, well directed. I thought it was top to bottom really well done. Definitely worth checking out. I thought it was very good. But did you know that Netflix has a music documentary series? Because I didn't know this until 2 days ago.
Is it a series or it's
it's a bunch of different. It's kind of like they're behind the music, but it's not called Behind the Music. It's called Remastered, and there's a bunch of them.
I didn't. No.
I think there's 2, 4, 6. There's 7 that have been released, and one's coming out in like a few days. But the one I watched was Netflix's remastered Devil at the Crossroads, a Robert Johnson story.
Oh.
What do you know about Robert Johnson?
That's we're talking about AC/DC, right?
No.
Who am I thinking?
You're thinking of Brian Johnson.
No,
dude. Dude.
Why?
This guy.
What?
He was the originator. He is okay. Do you know the story of a guitarist going to the crossroads and selling his soul to the devil to be great at guitar?
Yeah.
That's him.
Okay. Yeah, that's why. Oh, okay.
That's him. He was like in like the 20s, 1920s in the South.
Blues player, wasn't he?
Blues player.
That's right. Yeah.
And what happened
I thought that sounded familiar.
what happened was he had such a tragic life, and like he was just obsessed with it. He got to the point where he had lost everything and he was obsessed with his music. And like his peers that were other guitar players were like, you're not that good. So he fucking vanishes for a year and comes back and is able to do things on the guitar that his peers who had been playing forever couldn't do. And he literally started playing a riff that is the most famous riff in history. Like, it is the base work of all blues, all rock and roll, and therefore all heavy metal. It is that like that like that. He was the first one. I don't know if that's it, but he was the first one to do that, basically. And so the legend, of course, is he goes to the crossroads, sells his soul to the devil, comes back, and is a brilliant musician. What probably actually happened was he went, and there was this other really, really good guitarist, and he mentored under him for an entire year. And they basically played 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for a year, and they used to play together in a cemetery where it was quiet and no one would be around to hear them playing. So, but yeah, dude, like the parallels to heavy metal are unbelievable because everyone talks shit to him because he was playing the devil's music. And he invented a riff. You know what I mean? Like, and another part of it is he had these like freak fingers. He had these like super fucking crazy long fingers where he could do stuff with his first two fingers up top. He could do stuff with his other two fingers on bottom, and then he could do shit with his thumb. So there's like three fucking different things going on the guitar at the same time. So he could make sounds that nobody else was making. And I think the documentary said there's only 2 known pictures of him in existence. And there are only like a total of 26 recordings. And that's it.
That's crazy.
And when he died,
I mean, I guess for the time it's, it makes sense.
Yeah. But when he was actually murdered, not 6 months later, I don't think, they were putting on a show at Carnegie Hall, and he was going to be asked to perform, and he died, but they still played his music there, and fucking and yeah, he's just been in the history books ever since. But man, I never knew like the story. Like, such a brilliant fucking documentary, dude. If you are a metal fan, you should fucking watch this shit. I know it's not metal, but oh my god, the parallels are unbelievable, and it's a heavy metal story.
Yeah.
It's what it is. You know what I mean? Dude, it is fucking something else. And it's only like 45-minute song. I was like, why is this so short? But oh man, it was brilliant. They interviewed like his grandson or his grandson. Yeah, they interviewed his grandson. And like a lot of people that like that had known him and played with him and stuff like that. It was fucking and like hearing some of his fucking guitar playing was I'm gonna buy his they got the complete works on CD.
I was gonna say, have you ever go back and listen to like old school like Deep South blues?
That's what this
Stuff
is.
like, yeah.
This is the guy that you never get to B.B. King and Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf without Robert Johnson.
Yeah, I just remember. I think the reason that that name kind of stuck with me was like Metalocalypse had they had an episode of that where they go back because they're all like depressed and like don't want to play anymore, so like they figure the only way to do it is to go to the South and like learn the ways of the blues and like sell their souls to the devil at the crossroads or whatever.
Yep.
Like they give them like it was like, I don't know, like in exchange for their souls, they give them like the devil like a 20% gift card to like Hot Topic or something.
Oh my god!
But like all the way through it, they're going back to all these places. Now, I'm not sure if it was like historically accurate based on the show, because it's just like, I don't know, it's like a cartoon or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I think I mean, I don't know, because like the one guy that like leads them out to everything is like telling them all these stories about like the, I don't know, somebody that, like got like stuck on like the train tracks or something, or like, I don't know, it's a bunch of like weird stuff. But I think that was like one of the stories that, I'm not sure if they used his exact name, but I remember like it was kind of like that story and stuff. He's
Hell yeah.
telling like the secrets of the blues and like.
I mean, that's. Did you see the Ghost Rider movie?
Yeah.
That's kind of what they did in that too.
Yeah.
Like
pretty much.
But it was for being the Ghost Rider as opposed to being a guitar player.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, you should definitely check that out and more of the remasters. I watched a bunch of them. Like I watched the one about who killed Jam Master Jay. That was really crazy.
Yeah.
That was fucking insane. Really. Oh, and the Bob. Oh my God, the Bob Marley one, dude. I was watching that shit. Like, how did they not teach us this in school? Like, this is fucking important. People need to know about this. Like, you should watch that one too. The Bob Marley one is fucking insane.
There was something that I came across a little while ago. It was about him. It was somebody was asking like how much he's made off of music and stuff. He's like, what is a lot of money in music? He's like, the money that, or like, you know, what I get out of it is the, you know, just the love of it and like spreading the message out and stuff. And like that's
you know,
like,
dude, yeah, that's what he was. Like he was trying to do something. He was basically trying to like literally create peace through his music. Like a literal stop to actual civil unrest that was happening. And there's a moment in that documentary where like he does something at this basic, like a unity concert, the peace, love something concert. And he does something on stage that blew my fucking mind, dude. Like he was as real of a deal as anyone has ever been. Like there's a fucking reason why Bob Marley is forever etched into the history books. Like he was, yeah, he went beyond being a brilliant musician and was an activist and did things that no one thought was possible at the time through his music and stuff. It was genius. You should check this documentary out. I'm telling you, like, this is shit that they should have taught us in fucking high school. Important shit.
I always wondered why music history isn't more a part of like schooling and stuff.
Should be.
Yeah.
Fucking documentaries about this stuff are fucking amazing. I love music documentaries.
Hell, there are some schools that don't even like have a music program anymore.
Yep.
It's kind of sad, really.
100% true. 100% true. But heavy metal is the fastest growing music genre in the world, according to some sources. So,
but it wouldn't happen without the blues.
Oh, fuck no.
You know?
Absolutely not. Southern American music, is critical to heavy metal. Critical to its evolution. Absolutely. Yeah. It's very important. I mean, Black Sabbath started as a blues band.
Yeah.
So, there you go. Like, what more do you need? I think Zeppelin did too. So if you're in that camp saying they're the first real metal band, then yeah, I think Zeppelin did too. And Deep Purple.
Yeah.
So everybody, really, like, yeah, we could go down the list. Probably Deep Purple's coming back. You see that? That's pretty cool.
With God, what was I was like surprised at the lineup of it.
I don't remember the lineup. I was surprised at the venue because it's a small venue. It's like the Fox Theater, the Fillmore, or something.
I think it was Fox Theater,
something like that.
So yeah, let me look it up.
But yeah, that'd be cool to see them again inside, too. But yeah, fucking, they are coming. They were really good last year. I want to see Judas Priest again.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I would love to see that Judas Priest and Ozzy Osbourne tour. love to see that if that came through, but I think that's just European.
Or maybe they didn't.
I don't remember there being who else was on that bill. I know it was somebody though. Oh, and another show we could talk about just got announced literally today. Hatebreed is headlining the Michigan Metal Fest 2019, August 3rd at the Layla Amphitheater.
Yeah, something like that.
In Battle Creek, Michigan. The 3rd annual.
It's just funny because when we saw him, that was one of the things. He's like, "Oh, we're playing a festival out here, but we can't really say yet." And
Yep. I talked about it on the podcast. I was like, I think Hatebreed's headlining Michigan Metal Fest. Go back and listen to the tapes. We fucking said it. 100%.
I don't know. Maybe they didn't announce who they're playing with. I thought it was. I don't know.
Who do you think it was?
I don't even know. I remember being kind of surprised about it though. That would be kind of cool. I can't for the life of me remember what it was I saw, but.
Are you gonna go to Michigan Metal Fest?
I don't know.
Here's my question: Have you ever seen Hatebreed outside?
No, but
dude,
yeah,
it is cool. It's really good.
Well, yeah, actually, it was about Mayhem Fest.
Oh, okay.
Mayhem Fest,
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'd kind of like to see. I'd go, but not all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd go swing down for Hatebreed and maybe a couple others just to check out some of the booths.
Yeah.
And some of the shit that's going on, but yeah, I don't know. It'd be a fun day.
Yeah.
It'd be a fun day. At the end of the day, it'd be a fun time.
Yeah.
So, and Convalescence. Convalescence is going to be there. And they got that new album.
You see the artwork?
Did you see that artwork?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's sick.
Dude, I was like, that is some of the sickest fucking artwork I've seen in a minute.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I want to hear that album real. But their first album is good.
Yeah.
I like that. There's one like something about hell, burning hell or something like that. No, that's Twisted Sister. Something about hell in one of the songs, and it's a really good song. I like them a lot. They're good live too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're more, I don't know, I think more of a, they opened for Devil's Driver, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the Music Factory.
Yeah. I think I liked them a little more inside because I think they're more of a, like a, lights.
Yeah.
Like light show band kind of.
I agree.
That makes sense. Like, not that they were bad at Metal Fest,
no, not at all. But I wanna check out their merch booth.
Yeah.
And I want to see Hatebreed's merch booth because if they make a special T-shirt for that, that's worth going right there.
Did you see the one that they did for the
Grand Rapids, the Red Wings? Yeah. Dude, you want to know what another thing is? I saw at the Metal Church Doro show at the Machine Shop. I saw a guy wearing an Iron Maiden shirt, and it had Eddie in a Red Wings jersey playing hockey.
Oh yeah.
I was like, son of a bitch.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. And yeah, the Hatebreed had the octopus, the Red Wings octopus.
Yeah.
Which the people in Grand Rapids must have been like, it's a Detroit shirt.
Really? Yeah. I guess I didn't think about that. Yeah.
But still, fuck it. It's Michigan.
I think
we're all Michigan.
I think the one that they had at Harpo's was a little better, a little cooler. And it like I think I went. It's
like my favorite shirt right now.
Yeah, it's I wore it a few times, but I think it sold out in like an hour from doors opening.
Yeah.
Because I think we went back and we were kind of wandering around the venue and we went back to the merch tables a couple of times and it was sold out within like an hour. Like
it is a good thing we got in early.
Yeah.
That, oh my God. That was such a great experience.
Yeah.
That was the best day of the year so far.
So far, yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. It really was.
We got I think it's, because I haven't seen Black Dahlia since last year. Hoping they come through again.
I do too. And that's what I was going to say is I was looking at like all the bands that I thought could potentially headline Metal Fest, and I was looking at all their schedules, and it was Dahlia and Hatebreed were the most likely because they didn't have anything scheduled for around that time.
Yeah.
So, but I haven't seen Dahlia since Nightbringers came out. So I really want to see Dahlia again. Bad, actually. I do hope they come through sometime later in the year.
I think the last. No, I know specifically the last time I saw them, they played Nightbringers all the way through.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did Unhallowed the first little while because it was like the 10-year or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw that. That was at Bloodfest.
Okay.
That was crazy because that album kind of holds a special place for me.
Hell yeah.
That's a really cool album. And then I like the one thing because they I think it was the day before we were supposed to play Metal Fest. They headlined Summer Slaughter, and they did all of Nocturnal.
Yeah.
And I missed it.
Oh,
I was so bummed.
damn.
That was the gateway album for fucking all this.
Yeah.
So I was but I did end up getting the shirt from it though.
Hell yeah.
Like the remastered shirt or whatever. I don't know if you want to call it redesign. And then the last one I don't know why they just decided to play all of the new one, which is weird because you don't normally see bands play.
Well, wasn't that with Whitechapel where they played all of This Is Exile?
Yeah. That does make a little more sense.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about it. And that was even we saw that twice.
Yeah. Well, I saw it. I only saw Whitechapel play This Is Exile all the way through, but yeah.
So yeah, I know that they're working on a new album right now. So
Dahlia?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I knew that too. It's supposed to come out later this year, early next year. Yeah. But you know what? I'm gonna make a long shot right now. I'm gonna make a call right now.
All right.
So that if this comes to fruition, I called it.
It's May 11th.
May 11th,
2019.
I'm calling it right now. Now, schedules provided, granted, because I don't know if Slayer has announced the 6th leg. I don't know if they're going back to Europe with this lineup on the bill or not, this tour package. But if they don't, if Cannibal doesn't have a tour after Slayer's tour, I bet right now they do another early winter tour like they've been doing the last however many years, and I wonder if Dahlia opens for them. Like, imagine seeing the show we saw last year, but this year Eric Rutan is playing with Cannibal and Dahlia's opening for Cannibal.
That'd be crazy.
Dude. I would love to see that. I've seen Dahlia open for Cannibal before, and it is chaos. Yeah. I want to see it again. I would like to see that again.
I was looking up. So I think 31 years ago. So I say I thought I know Metal Blade's been doing 37 years ago.
So they got 3 years. They got a 40th anniversary tour coming up.
So
that'll be huge.
Oh yeah,
that'll be huge.
Yeah,
because I went to their 25th anniversary tour.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, and that was amazing. That was at the Majestic too. That was an amazing show. It was one of the first times I saw Cannibal. First time I saw them headline inside. It was fucking amazing. Oh my god, it was amazing. It was right after Kill came out.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I think that was one of the first albums that I heard from them.
Mine was Wretched Spawn.
Yeah.
But yeah, they played a lot off those two albums. It was a great show. But all right, let's bring this in.
All right.
Let's bring this Viking ship into a haul. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Look, support your local musicians. Go to local shows. Go to the band camps. Check them out. Especially Bog Wraith, especially Recorruptor, especially any of the locals that are playing at Metal Fest, etc. Know your local scene. It's important to because as we say, and as I actually kind of heard this first on the Heavy Metal History podcast, because there's a Heavy Metal History and a Heavy Metal Historian.
Yeah, both really good though.
Both. I haven't listened to both. I've only listened to one.
Yeah. And
the one doesn't come out with new episodes anymore. But it's brilliant what he has put out.
Yeah.
And he always says the next fucking Iron Maiden, the next Slipknot, the next Lamb of God, the next Black Sabbath, the next whatever could be a local band in your town right now, and you could be seeing the early shows.
Yep.
So Yeah, definitely support your local scene. Always shout out to that. Shout out. Oh, real quick shout out to the So Dead podcast because I left a glowing review on iTunes. So at the end of one of their episodes, they gave a shout out to people that left reviews.
Mm.
And then before she started giving the shout outs, she goes, okay, so well, some of these are screen names, so I don't know your actual name. And I was like, oh no. What is my screen name on iTunes? I have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh no. And like she starts going through them, and one of them that she read was like a bunch of numbers. I was like, oh man, that was probably me.
Yeah.
And then she goes Wrathchild 666. I was like, oh, that's me. They even comment. They were like, "Oh, that's brave," or something like that. I was like, "Oh yes, yes, that is mine." Okay, that's definitely me. So shout out. So that they are seriously week to week one of my favorite podcasts. If you're interested in true crime and paranormal in the mid-Michigan, Lansing, or Michigan in general area, they go deep. It's fantastic. So definitely give that a check out. So yeah, shout out to local podcasts. Shout out to local musicians. Support all of them because you're what makes it happen. We love you so much. So yeah, got anything else? Here, let's cap this off. Let's end this episode officially. One more shot of Jaeger. 2, because we didn't do it earlier. Here is to Mr. Tony Stark. I love you 3000, everybody. Good night. What's going on, everyone? This is Burton, just slipping in a quick outro real quick. Some things I forgot to mention in the episode. Be sure to check out Bogwraith and give them a like and subscribe on YouTube. Give them a follow on Instagram and Facebook. Also, check out their Bandcamp page. They got all their music on there and a lot of some great merchandise. They also have another website where there's a lot of great merchandise on there. I forget the name of it right now. I'm really sorry. I forget the name of it. But if you go to the Bogwraith Facebook page and scroll down a little bit, you'll find them. They've advertised it before. So they got cool stuff on there, like fucking like slip-on shoes and bathrobes and fucking, I don't know, weird cool shit like that with like viscera on it and stuff like that. It's fantastic. So if you're a Bogwraith fan and want some cool merch, be sure to follow them on all those places and check that out. And then for us, be sure to, if you feel like it, YouTube, we're big. We're over on YouTube. All the episodes are there, plus some extra videos and stuff, reviews of things that we do. Also, so if you're over there, give us a like and a subscribe if you feel like it. iTunes, it would be fantastic if you subscribe to us on there, and leave a review if you feel so inclined. And then, of course, Instagram and Facebook. We're very active on all of them. Also, if you have any suggestions for a future heavy metal folklore episode, some crazy stuff I haven't even heard of yet or anything. If you want to hear anything about more heavy metal folklore, give us a shout out on Lost in the Dark podcast at gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. Any suggestions at all? Also, if you have any paranormal experiences, Dogman experiences, especially related to Michigan, we would absolutely love to hear from you. So, yeah, feel free to reach out. Again, we will be, the next things we will be at is Motor City Comic Con on Saturday down in Novi, Michigan. And then we'll be returning for the first time this year to Pine Knob DT Energy Music Theater on Sunday for the Slayer, Lamb of God, Amon Amarth Cannibal Corpse show. We're very excited. We have stickers to hand out to everyone at both events. So if you see us, feel free to walk up and ask for a sticker. And also, one quick thing, because I fucked up during the episode and I couldn't remember the other movie series that I liked growing up as a kid. It was fucking Alien. So it was just another Sigourney Weaver. I don't know why the hell I couldn't remember more Sigourney Weaver, one of my all-time fucking favorites of anything ever, period. I fucking love her to death. So yeah, I just wanted Ripley. How did I forget Ripley? Come on, man, idiot. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there because I remembered it the next day after we recorded the podcast. I was like, son of a bitch. But yeah, be sure to Bogwraith and Lost in the Dark podcast, like and subscribe, please. We would love to hear from you, anything at all. So if you're enjoying what you hear, and like and subscribe, and yeah, that's going to be about it for me. We hope to see you at some of these events coming up this week, and we hope to hear from you all soon. We will be back again very soon with another Heavy Metal Folklore episode focusing on Whitechapel and the Whitechapel murders around Jack the Ripper, and then we will have the Amon Amarth Berserker review coming soon. So look forward to those. And yeah, that's going to be about it for me on this outro. So I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope to see you at some of the upcoming events, and we hope to hear from you soon. So we love you all. Goodbye.